Chilluminauts and welcome.
Oh, word. Chilluminauts.
To Minisode number 90. 10 away.
Oh,
from
shit.
Minisode 100,
Top 10.
boys. Top
Minisode
10.
top 10.
Don't do that.
Nuke's
Don't
top
put that
10.
on us. Not like
Nuke's
this.
top 10. Nuke's top
Nuke's
9.
top 10. Yeah, Nuke's top 9. I have something super fun today that I think even Jesse
Oh
might-
boy.
I don't know, man. I'm curious what Jesse's thoughts are going to be. This is, I will start with this. All right. I'm going to preface right up front. This is one of those ghost action caught on camera films, but I'm going to link this to you. Here it is. And you can kind of like watch it right away. If you all want to watch it at home, it's called Crazy Poltergeist Activity at the Historic Jefferson Hotel. So this is a hotel in Texas that is notoriously apparently haunted. And this is security cam footage that triggers when motion happens and things start flying off the shelf pretty quickly.
Okay.
So take a watch. It doesn't happen. You know, he kind of sets it up really quick for the first like 20 seconds or so. But then you can just see like as things start moving right around. Let's see if I can find the time.
Oh, yeah. He's in there. He's in there.
Yeah. Okay.
Stuff's moving around in the kitchen. I don't know what's up. Where is this?
The Jefferson Hotel in Texas. This is the kitchen in the hotel. It's interesting footage.
It's very like
So going back really quick, just real quickly going back, the camera so basically like how the way you would describe this is it's an angled shot into
Corner
a
of the
kitchen
room kind of thing. Yeah.
and in the back, the far back is the sink for washing the dishes, and on the right side is the stovetop and all that stuff, and on the left side is a prep station, and on the prep station, inside of the prep station is all this like boxed stuff. And at about 20 seconds in, it starts flipping out and shaking, and stuff starts moving, and then eventually stuff starts flying out of the prep kitchen area, but in one localized portion of it. The thing that I would say is that the room is much bigger than, because at 8 seconds you see the wire shot, but then by the time it goes to the shot where things are moving at 18 seconds or so, it has moved in enough that there could be someone behind it pushing stuff.
Yeah, because right around the 2-minute mark too, they kind of stick with that wider shot.
Yeah,
as well.
Suddenly the wider shot's back. Yeah. And you can see how big that is.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's a big room. It's. I mean, there's room for somebody to be pulling maybe something or a string, maybe. It's just, I don't know, the way the shit moves. It looks like chaotically bouncing around.
Later, like 2.5 minutes into the video, though, they show the footage again, like not zoomed in.
Oh yeah, from the wider shot.
Right, but you'll notice that the area directly where
it's literally just like there's a huge part of the kitchen that you can't see right next to where the
and a lot of it is blocked by stuff. There's like piles of things blocking where a person could be hiding behind.
What's up with this like baby hanging upside down though at the end though? Because that just sucks in general. It's like it's like something in the hotel that's like a baby hanging from the ceiling that's like, watch your step. And that to me is like even more freaky. But I will say this footage looks good. Like it's not low. I mean, it's still filmed off a screen, but like it looks like it's filmed on like some kind of nice Droid phone with a good camera.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, you can really see it. And I don't see any evidence visually of like strings or any of the stuff that I normally see in these videos that makes me immediately go they're fake. However, there is the obvious glaring problem of the fact that there's like this big island in the middle of the kitchen that something could be by. But there are other things. Sure. There's like lights in the hotel. Like there's other things going on here that are inexplicable. It's like I would watch this video. I would watch it.
Really, it's a
10-minute long
video, really see that left. If you go up to the 7-minute, like 10 mark, a little earlier than that, it's like smooth. It's not the jumpy footage quality. It's actually like a very smooth, and you can hear the noise in the background.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like a hand almost pushes it, but like if it was really a ghost, like maybe it would be a hand that's pushing it, I don't know.
Yeah, I wish they had another angle.
Yeah, but still, I mean, I think it looks good. I think this is, for this type of footage, not crossing the line into like cinematic special effects vibes, and also not crossing the line into like, I can see the direction that they're pulling everything. So I don't know, kind of convincing, kind of got some
Sussy.
frustrating. I mean, obviously this would be the correct angle to film this kitchen from, like with a security camera. It's just, it's kind of weird.
All right, that's it. That's all I got. Take it away.
Okay. Well, here's what I got for you. I have, just like last time I did this, I pulled another one of my like weird old creepy books off the shelf. This one is called Haunted Catalina. It's a history of the island and guide to paranormal activity on Catalina Island, which is like a small island off the coast of LA. That's like a tiny town with like regular sized buildings, but so few of them that people drive around in like golf carts and get around. And it's a quiet little beautiful seaside community in Catalina Island. And I went there because it's pretty close to me, and the ferry leaves from my hometown. And so I went there and I checked it out, and I got this book. And here is and just to give you an idea of how small of a place Avalon is on Catalina Island, that's the town. This is a article in the book about the haunted Vons in Avalon. Here we go. It's called The Haunted Vons Market, today's special, Ghostly Encounters. Ready? Here we go. Vaughn's Market, formerly a Safeway, has not escaped its share of hauntings. Judy Quarnstrom, a Vaughn's employee at the store on Metropole Avenue, recalled a story told to her by a fellow coworker. The employee had closed the store and was collecting the money at the last register near the front door, completing the day's accounting. While tallying the finances, she stacked the coins and bills in piles. All was well on this calm, peaceful night until a sudden gust of cold air blew by, shattering the tranquility. It seemed to come from nowhere and was strong enough to blow the sorted piles of money all over the floor. As quickly as the cold gust of air shot through the cash register area, it ceased. All was quiet again. The store may be haunted by a former checker who was accidentally killed in front of the store when her golf cart was hit.
Oh, damn.
And I told you, it's all golf carts. And a former produce employee nicknamed Jerry who committed suicide in his home. Jerry was a notorious practical joker, and several people have seen grocery items, especially produce, fall on the floor when no one is near the aisle, as if someone is playing with the food. On one occasion, 2 employees were cleaning up after the store closed. They were side by side, straightening up one of the aisles, their backs to the produce section. Suddenly, a small piece of fruit flew by them down the aisle. They turned to look, thinking that another employee had come in and was clowning around. They searched the entire store but could find no one. Perhaps Jerry's ghost is watching over the produce section, still playing pranks. One employee has seen bread fall off the shelves on numerous occasions as she passes down the aisle. There's no one around, and it's as if an invisible hand is lifting the bread off the shelf and dropping it to the ground. She also remembers the doors to the freezer opening and shutting on their own, something that has happened to other employees. No fan, gust of wind, or other known cause can explain these and other phenomena which continue to occur. On another occasion, an employee recalled going upstairs to the restroom. She and 2 other coworkers were the only ones in the store at the time. As the employee approached the restroom, the door swung open, then closed. She went back downstairs, and to her astonishment, her fellow coworkers were still cleaning the store. She mustered up her courage and returned to the restroom and checked, and no one was there. Ooh. Another employee who was alone cleaning on a Sunday from 10 p.m. until midnight recounted a time when she heard a loud noise as if something heavy had fallen to the ground a few aisles over. Frightened and thinking it might be a burglar or someone who had come in through the back door, the employee cautiously approached the aisle when the noise originated. To her surprise, nothing had fallen and no one was around. The mysterious noises were consistently a part of the nightly manifestations. And then they have a very, very poor photograph of the Vons. That's one color photography.
Oh.
And then other stories involve a stereo which sometimes turned on and increased the volume by itself. An occasional sweet smell which sometimes lingered in a particular area of the store. Frequent gusts of cold air manifesting from nowhere. And the flying and falling objects within the market. Wander in someday And while shopping, keep your senses alert. You can never tell when the Vaughn spirit may grab you.
Oh no!
Now, I read this because it is so cute almost at this point.
Yeah, very great.
But yeah, this book was first printed in 1996. And in 1996, what I just read you was as close as you can get to anything like what we just watched. Like anything like that goes in the kitchen. Like I'm seeing something that literally looks like stuff flying off the shelves, and I'm still like, maybe it's fake. This is like a book, and people were like, don't read that to me. It's too scary. So I don't know. It's just interesting to think about like how our brains have changed a little bit over the time that paranormal stuff has been a thing. And simply just being like, I was in a store and I heard a sound was like a story. That's a chapter in a book about the haunted Vaughns. So yeah, I don't know. I thought that was a fun little slice of culture for you guys.
It was a beautiful slice of culture.
That's right.
I yearn for the olden days.
Me too. I want to go back to Avalon. We should go. That'll be actually a great place to go ghost hunting because there's so much crazy stuff on Catalina Island.
I hope something happens and Jesse gets convinced when we finally go ghost hunting.
I would love to be convinced. I would love nothing more than that. I'd love
Jesse to be the guy who says the monologue at the beginning of our ghost hunting show.
Oh, please,
I used to be a skeptic until this day when a ghost came and slapped me in the ass while I was sleeping.
And I said, thank you. And he said, you're welcome.
Thank you.
What do you got?
Well, gentlemen, Alabama. Dateline.
Oh, God.
Alabama. A Wilmer man is happy to be safe at home after a scary incident while turkey hunting near Tanner Williams Road.
Uh-oh.
The person who wishes to remain anonymous spotted a Bigfoot in the woods at Water's Edge and took these amazing photographs of the beast.
This sounds like a me article, dude. I love this.
Photograph number 1 for your perusal.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Photograph number 2 for your perusal.
This is good. Dude, that's me, dude.
Number 3 for your
second one. That
perusal.
second one, dude. That's some.
The third one is good.
Dude, the second one is good, dude. That's me, dude.
That's just someone that just looks like someone wearing a really big hoodie and black pants.
Well,
like that's all it looks
according
like.
to the turkey hunting individual who wishes to remain nameless, at first I thought it was a grizzly bear, but once I got a better look, I realized it was definitely a Sasquatch. The Mobile County Sheriff's Department is currently examining these photographs, but they are expected to verify their authenticity soon. This is a developing story, more to come. Then, update. The Mobile County Sheriff's Office just validated the photos, and the Finding Bigfoot team has been deployed to Big Creek Lake in Wilmer, Alabama. An update will follow soon.
I gotta say, these are some of the best photographs of Bigfoot that I've ever seen.
What's also compelling is that he won't attach his name to it, so there's no that instinct to like, oh, he's hunting for fame. He's keeping his name out.
He thinks it's real and it's crazy, and he doesn't want to put his name on it.
The best part is it says follow Team Sheriff, which then links to the Facebook Team Sheriff account for the Mobile County Sheriff's Department. Follow Team Sheriff. More to come. Team Sheriff on Friday, I guess whatever the Facebook version of retweeting is, said, and I quote, Kenny, put the pipe down, dude. We cannot confirm. Hashtag Kenny funny.
Is Kenny funny? The Facebook version of retweeting, isn't that just lying?
I mean, like, whatever the case may be, the Team Sheriff says, no, we can't confirm. You're making it up. And so here we are.
I love that.
Yeah.
I could look at that picture of Bigfoot all day. Guys, you got to believe me. That's a good picture of Bigfoot.
It is of all the pictures of Bigfoot, it is the only one that isn't blurry.
It looks like fucking Bigfoot. Yeah.
It just looks like a dude. Like it looks like a guy. Like that first picture kind of actually looks like Bigfoot. The first picture is too far away. It's just like a blur. The second picture kind of looks like a Bigfoot. And the third picture just looks like a dude in like a fursuit, really. But that second picture is super good. It's like fun.
I do wonder, like, I would wonder how traversed is this area? of where he is, and is there? I wonder what the chances are that someone is like actively looking to prank people as they come through.
100% a prank.
So like that's where,
100%
I'd just be curious.
Do you have the link to the actual tweet?
I have the link to the Facebook, but it's because it's on Facebook. I can't. Like I can send it to you, but it's not going to let you.
Just give me the link.
This is the dude's Facebook, so you can see all about Kenny Walker, and it's on there. I just can't read it because I don't have a Facebook account.
Oh yeah, I need to log into my Facebook. No thanks, Mark.
Yeah, all right. So I'm all right with that.
There we are.
That's it.
Three top hot stories fresh off the mill. Woo. Mini style for your earballs.
Your earballs have been sated, I hope. And we appreciate you guys sating our wallets and keeping us doing this over at Patreon. And we won't be able to do it without you guys. You guys are the backbone to this show.
Thank you for letting me stare my parents in the eye, folks, and tell them that I have a job. Thank you.
yeah. I was wondering where that was going for a minute, but I'm glad it went to a good place. Thank you guys for allowing us to do this. We appreciate you. We'll be back next week with number 91. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello, my little Chilluminati.
It's uncomfortable, isn't it? It's uncomfortable.
Nice deep intro.
Oh, Pat.
Minisode
Welcome to my
91.
hell.
A nice deep intro.
We've done this for 91 episodes and not a single complaint from the actual listeners.
That's like saying the real Americans. Yeah.
Damn right. This is the Patreon listeners are the real. You hear? You're real fans. Patreon.
This is going to go out to the public.
I feel violated already. I'm just speaking for myself.
As you should.
That
You're welcome.
ASMR.
That's because you get to see it in his eyes. Like people don't get to see the genuine.
I did the live show, and the live show fucking went nuts.
Yeah, he rumbled people's beeholes with that one.
I did. Right, and I'm going to do it again. Welcome, Pat, to the Minisode, where we just kind of talk about whatever topics we brought: weird news articles, strange things happening in the world. And I know you brought something, so I'm excited for it. But I'm just going to take the wheel right now. There's something important that happened in our world today.
Okay,
Sasquatch actually has government protected property now.
Shut up.
What are you talking about?
As a result of a rather unique project, a class of fifth graders in Washington state successfully lobbied their local government to declare a county a Sasquatch protection refuge area. The cryptozoological civics lessons were reportedly the work of students at Lincoln Elementary School in the city of Holquam. According to their, I butchered it. According to their teacher, Andrea Andrews, the youngsters were initially tasked with researching the famed cryptid and determining if Bigfoot was real and hadn't been discovered yet, or that it was just a big bear and people had misidentified it. This sparked something of a healthy debate within the class, with opinions on the issue largely split down the middle. And they went and they actually literally lobbied their local government, and there is a Sasquatch protected area in Washington state. So he's this closer to being real. He's government protected closer.
It's like when Charlie Kaufman's made up brother got nominated for an Oscar or whatever.
yeah, exactly. It's a small thing. I'm just impressed. Fifth graders do what I could only have dreamt of.
Do we personally believe anyone here believes in the existence of the Sasquatch creature? Anyone here?
I think it's possible that it could be real.
I'm on Alex's side. I don't necessarily 100% believe, but
it seems crazy. But I could see there being an undiscovered humanoid ape, and I've seen some pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
But is it real? I don't care.
The only good case I heard from it was from people in Alaska, or there's a remote island or whatever. It was really
Yeti
remote areas
style?
where no one's there, and people are like, oh, there was something throwing rocks at our fucking tent or whatever. Like those stories. I'm like, okay, that could be something.
That's freaky.
But in the Pacific Northwest, I don't know. Frank has two words when you bring this up to him. Breeding population. You need more than a couple of them. You need dozens and dozens or hundreds of them to exist potentially in order for them to breed and get around. So it's if there's 5 of them that are mystic creatures, but if they're a real animal, you're going to run into one at one point, or you have to.
Right.
At some point.
What do you think the breeding population is of Darth Vaders?
Of interdimensional Darth Vaders.
Yeah. How many do you think you need?
Anything is possible when apparently there's a breeding population of Palpatines that lead to children and grandchildren.
That's actually very true.
I know.
Anything's possible.
That's the whole other Chilluminati podcast. Is how
What
they
happened
did
to Star
not
Wars
have
mystery?
how they did not have a planned, basically a planned structure for the most expensive media franchise in the world. How they didn't have a plan, basically, for 3 movies.
Which is fucking insane to me, especially with how they handled Marvel. The complete opposite. You'd think they would have gone into Star Wars the same way.
One person, they were like, "We're going to let you kind of run this ship."
Yeah, Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah,
you do whatever you want. That's basically what happened.
She's like, I just want the money. You do what you want.
Yeah.
The Star Wars like QAnon conspiracy theorists. It's like so.
Oh no, it's not conspiracy theorists because I know the person who worked on one of the movies. Like I've heard. I mean
what the people online. There's like this sort of like tinge of like weird like punditry going on with those like weird
people that are
fandoms.
like, I didn't like how they tried to like woke Star. That's different. That's a different thing.
It's weird.
That's a different thing. We're talking about Star Wars being like just not very well made.
We're talking about each film trying to ignore the previous film.
Yes.
It's the WB formula.
No, there's definitely a weird side to it, like a creepy racist side, but that's not where we're at. We are not venturing there. We're not doing that.
Sure, I'm sure.
Right.
But,
that's all I got.
Whose story's next? Who's
Who wants to take it away next?
Take it away, Pat.
Along.
Yeah, take it away, Pat.
All right. We drop this in the chat right here. So this is something that has gotten more and more media attention lately.
Okay.
I believe. So this is a today.com article.
Oh, yeah.
107 cases of brain tumors lead to investigation at New Jersey high school. 2 men share their stories. So 107 cases of brain tumors and people dropping dead in like 40s and 50s. So these are people
possible.
It's a ridiculous high number of brain tumors. These are all people that went to Colonia High School. That's like around central New Jersey. And these are people that would be probably based upon their ages. Somewhere they would have gone to the high school somewhere in the 80s and 90s. So it's kind of a harrowing article because it goes into the personal lives and how like his wife died. The last 3 months were hell because she had a brain tumor these are all malignant. These aren't benign tumors. These are all ones that are killing some of these people.
Jesus Christ.
This person died at 44 at 2022. So do the math. That would be 26 years ago. So we're talking late 80s right there. Late 80s. I went to high school and late 90s. I can't do math. Late 80s, late 90s, like 90, 95, 96. So the interesting part about this to me is that there was something that happened in the 90s that they're saying was unrelated, but this is something I personally heard about when I was a teenager. Is that
in New Jersey
at this high school.
Oh, okay.
In the 90s, there was a radioactive rock discovered that shut down the entire school and basically had to have like the fucking state come in with people like in fucking hazmat suits and like secure in a lead box. So there was a science teacher that was demonstrating a Geiger counter.
Oh my God.
On a rock.
No.
This is how they discovered it. This is all true. And I heard about this when it happened as a teenager. It was news. They had a Geiger counter. I was like, here's a rock that has a low radioactive, and it went off the fucking scale, and they had to evacuate the entire high school immediately. Like this. So I'm not saying this caused the brain tumors of all these people, but that was a thing that happened in the 90s. I think it was like mid to late 90s. There was that discovery. So that coupled with this story, it's just really weird. There's something wrong at that high school.
This is a crazy question, but isn't there a story of like a nuke in New Jersey?
What?
That just is gone? I don't know where it is.
Disappeared in New Jersey.
Like it fell out of a plane and it just like nobody knows what the fuck.
Isn't that something the plot of the movie Broken Arrow?
Howie Long in New Jersey?
I'm pretty
Christian Slater?
I'm pretty sure I'm right, dude. I'm pretty sure I'm right. I'm pretty sure there's like a story of like a nuke that fell out of the sky. Hold on. Okay. Nuke sky, New Jersey. I swear to God.
I'm just looking up like New Jersey pours $1 billion into aging nuclear plants. I don't see anything about
nuke
falls out of the sky.
Yeah. That usually doesn't end well.
I was going to say, I think I would have heard about that. I think I would have heard.
It's okay. So it was in Georgia.
Okay, a little bit away.
I got the thing wrong. Yeah,
Same country. So
apparently the EPA knows about this. And they're going to try to investigate what the hell's happening, because like that's an insane number of people that get brain tumors.
absolutely.
There's no way that's like coincidence. Like,
you know what? You know what sucks about this article in particular is they have a quote here from the National Cancer Institute about cancer clusters, talking about how, when a group of people in there, this quote says, because cancer is a relatively common disease, cases of cancer can appear to cluster even when there's no connection among them. That is, clusters of cancer can arise by chance. Like, that almost seems dismissive to like a lot of people got cancer in one particular area and they're like, it could happen.
107 from probably a very specific time period. I don't you want to say like 10, 15 years. That's not chance alone. That's a significant, like when you think about how many people in the population probably get like a malignant brain tumor, I don't know, 1 out of 10,000. Like what the hell is the number going to, it's going to be low. It's going to be very low. The number.
Yeah.
20,000. I don't know. I gotta look that up.
Actually, I was right. Yeah. Wait a minute. An incident of this type, a broken arrow incident, is what they actually call them when there's an accident involving a nuke. Loss of 2 atomic bombs off the coast of New Jersey on July 28th, 1957. A Globemaster transport took off from a base. Its cargo had 3 nukes plus 1 core. The flight would be anything but routine.
So wait, do they get the core?
The Globemaster 2 plane. What happened? A bomb on that warm July day. It departed from Delaware's Dover Air Force Base for Europe. Its precise destination remains unknown. Exactly what went wrong, nobody knows. But shortly following departure, it was in serious trouble. 4 of the engines had to be shut down.
I love how you're like, and then they did his thing, and then also
you were so confident, you're like, here it is.
I'm like that dude on the phone. I'm like that dude, the reporter calling in the article. But it's just, I'm reading an article that's already there. So they landed it, and then they realized that there was nukes missing.
Oh, all right.
So there's just like
a nuke.
So the first bomb was pushed overboard 2,500 feet above the sea and fell into the ocean 100 miles from Atlantic City. The second bomb was jettisoned in the same manner. There's no observable detonation, but maybe, I don't know how close that school is to the water.
So I got the math, the Pat math on this hashtag Pat math. So brain tumors in the US, 30 out of 100,000 adults get a brain or nervous system tumor, which I guess can be spinal cord.
So not even just brain tumors.
That's 1 out of 3,333 people naturally will get either a brain or nervous system tumor. We'll just assume they're all that.
Right.
So this high school is probably, you want to say, I don't know, at most 2,000 kids. Probably not. It's probably 1,500 kids. We'll just say 2,000 kids. So that would mean, doing the math, over the past 30 years, there'd be like 1 kid every 2 years, 1.5, that would naturally get a brain tumor. So that would get you to like 25, 30 kids, not 107. Like it's and I'm probably bending the numbers a bit. So that's still an insane number. And this probably all happened within a small period of time. These people that are probably like 10 years or so, 15. So it's even compressed more, where it's probably like, 40 to 50 times the natural rate or something insane.
And I guess we now have to see if it remains at that rate going forward.
That's a good, if you're going to school. Oh yeah, I've got, I can get a brain tumor. That's great.
That's high.
Yeah. The public high school.
It seems like it should be pretty easy to figure this out if it's radiation based, but they're saying it's not.
They're doing the testing right now, and that, when was this article? April 20th. They said it would take 2 weeks or so. So I mean, maybe we'll get something. But what's messed up is in the middle of this article, straight up, it is just the National Cancer Institute being like, look, don't worry about it. There's even a section where they say like, of the 576 cancer clusters investigated over 20 years, 72 actually had increased rates of cancer, and of those, only 3 were linked to possible exposure. So, like, it's not. Basically, they're saying like, don't worry about it,
they're hand waving it. The cancer hand waving. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, that seems a little sus.
The fact that it's brain tumors, it's so specific. That's what's weird about it. It's like, it's not general cancers, lung or some other, or it's all brain tumors. It's like, what?
Insane.
But this is like
This sounds like the breeding ground for a conspiracy theory.
Well, that's because they don't give you any answers, and the people who should be looking for answers are like, don't worry. Well, this is like, Alex, I don't know if you know where this is, but somewhere south of the city. And Pat, you might know because it would be north of you. There was a place in California where they did drilling for like natural gas or something, and like a main or something broke.
Oh, is this thing where it smelled like shit for like months and nobody figured out?
Yeah, and everyone was like, what is that? But then people got sick. Like the people that lived there California? Had to move because they started to get like actually ill and the government was just like, I don't know what you're talking about. Don't worry about it. And people were like,
when was this?
It's since I've moved here, so it's been in the last 10 years, but I don't.
Oh. Well, there was like a gas smell over like a whole part of Carson recently, like right over by the old office.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's because there's a legitimate plant there. Like there's
this was like what is that smell news reports for like months.
Huh.
It's pretty wild.
By the way, the number's up to 117 now that are confirmed. So like, and more is going to come forward probably. This is going to be, talk about lawsuits. These are all people that are now like in their like 40s, 50s. It sounds like it's 80s and 90s students. Like,
and maybe more. Yeah.
This is going to be nuts. If it's linked to that fucking rock I just talked about, that would be insane. Dude,
it's like the most obvious thing.
And like, who knows how long it was in the school before?
You're like the exact right age, pretty much, right? Like that's like about your time.
Yeah, I would have I didn't go to this high school, but if I had gone to this high school, I would have went between 94 and 98.
Right.
So like it would almost lined up to something like that, right at the cutoff for me getting a brain tumor if I went to this high school.
Man.
This article's coming up now. Like search Colonia radioactive rock, and you get articles talking about it.
That's so weird.
So now this is what this town's going to be known for.
Where did he find it?
Two sisters, both of them with brain cancer. Both sisters.
Yeah, this is going to be like a major story nationally if this. This is new. This is the past week or so. I had people back east telling about this. And it's like, oh, remember the story about the radioactive rock? And it's like, well, look at this now. And I'm like, what the hell?
What? It's like, where did he get the rock? He just picked it up off the ground?
No, you can't just pick up a radioactive rock off the ground.
I mean, I don't know. Like, where did he get it?
Was it at the school for a while, and then he just like detected it at the who knows?
Here's the New Jersey 101.5.com article about the radioactive rock that's now referenced here. This might be a future episode entirely as this picks up steam.
This went deep.
This is something. So, potentially contaminated soil was removed over the years. Yeah, if this is the one thing to it, we're talking like, you don't talk hundreds of millions of dollars of lawsuits against like the county.
Radiation just does this. This is like classic for like, when you go to a radioactive spot, everybody's got tumors.
Well, I mean, even when they were talking about Ukraine, and they were saying like the dust kicking up in the air from tanks moving through the area was like, no, leave. You're making it worse.
Yeah. It is
like,
weird.
Oh my God.
They were basically digging like trenches defense around Chernobyl. It's like, and now they're all going to die slowly.
Yeah, they're all good.
This quote here leads me to believe it's almost got to be that rock, because the test he did on the low level rock actually was low level. Then he was bringing it across his collection of rocks that were in jars in one random rock, pinged out of control, that had been sitting in there God knows how long. Like,
okay. I heard the story. It was like the Pacific Rocks. You're saying he went through all of them, then one just
and then
lit
he
up.
went and he was like, okay, now we'll go over here and you'll see like it won't pick up anything. And then it picked up a rock in his collection in the closet.
So fucking scary, dude.
Wow.
Yeah. And that can explain how you can have 10 plus years of students all exposed to that level of radiation. Man.
What if that was just a beach rock from like Atlantic City and somehow the nuke leaked radioactive?
How dare you?
Look at you trying to fucking bend backwards to relate it to your nuke dropping out of the sky story.
That's why they call me Superman's pal. Intrepid
is this typical on the minisodes? You got to bend over to.
My whole thing is about stretch. They should call me Stretch because that's what I do.
Stretch Fasciani.
How am I going to beat this?
I thought it was a fascinating story. This is like one of those sort of like New Jersey is like mostly suburbs. This is like a classic suburban, city. It's like middle class, unassuming sort of city, known for probably nothing at all. And now it's going to be known for
now it's going to have a reputation.
Yeah.
It is weird that it's just the brain tumors, though, right? That's like a pretty crazy like thing about this.
Super specific, unless like, oh, people get cancer, but like a brain tumor is something that sticks out versus like, oh, you know what I mean?
Right.
But like I said, if 117 people, and it sounds like as one person whose sister dies started to like gather information about this. What if you have like 300 more people come out and say, yeah, I got a weird tumor on like my liver and they didn't know what it was. And like, this is a catastrophe. If it's all linked to a stupid rock and some bio professor's, cabinet, and then they start going back. Well, who took this person's class? Is there higher tendency among them to get cancer?
Like,
Can you imagine that?
Was it stored at like head height? How many students sat in the, like, if it's 5 periods or 6 periods a day, right?
What did the professor die of? He's always around this thing.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it was just
true.
right.
Like, where? Yeah.
Maybe it was
the
just the
professor?
kids that were right next to the cabinet. Like
It is, yeah. I mean, out of all the students, it is 117 and possibly growing, but like, yeah, maybe it is the people in direct contact. There's a lot of things here that are like,
and
it's
terrible.
Could be
fascinating, but terrible.
I'm glad you see I can bring my Jersey charm to the Chilluminati podcast.
It's welcome.
Oh, yeah.
Jersey's a hotbed of wild stories.
Weird New Jersey. The thing about Weird New Jersey, my sister used to subscribe to it back in like the late 90s, early 2000s when I was getting started.
Yeah.
What was brilliant about Weird New Jersey, and I guess all of you heard of it, because I think it was the first of the weird sort of branding.
it has like nationally sold books nowadays. Yeah.
Yes, it was compile a lot of their early articles from it. They would not tell you specifically where anything was. So they would give you ideas of where it was, but they would not map it out for you to have you go and try to like discover it yourself, which was brilliant.
Yeah, legend
It was
tripping is one of the greatest things.
It's down this route 17 off of here. Then you can find, Satan's Rock or whatever that's off the path. And it's stories like that where it's like there's a lot of weird stuff in New Jersey like that. It's for example, there was like Menlo Park Mall, one of which is like referenced in Mallrats as like one of the malls that Brody got kicked out of or whatever. One of the whatever Kevin Lee's characters was. So across from Menlo Park Mall was a Rickle, which used to be like one of the predominant hardware chains in the U.S., I believe. Yeah. Behind it was an abandoned mental hospital.
Oh,
and
my God.
That was there till like probably the early 2000s. And so you'd hear stories of like all the high school kids going out there and hanging out, breaking in and probably, sex, drugs and beer or whatever. And that was like something that would show up. Something like that would be like in Weird New Jersey.
Weird New Jersey,
yeah.
That's Pine Barrens alone are like, that's one of the weirdest places I've ever been.
The Pine Barrens is like, it's like
Mad
it's like
Max.
a subculture that isn't New Jersey anymore. It's so like my sister told a story. I think she was maybe doing a Weird New Jersey excursion with her boyfriend at the time. This is like late 90s, early 2000s. My sister would have been like in her mid 20s. So sorry to date you in terms of age, Monica out there. You're not supposed to do that. But she went with her boyfriend. They went to the Pine Barrens just to do a weird little. And the Pine Barrens is like west of Atlantic City. It's like South Jersey West. It's like Southwest Jersey.
Right.
So she remember going to a diner there and she said like, it was like out of a movie. She said like all the locals, everyone like turned around and looked at them because they knew they weren't locals. And it's like, there's fucking weird parts of New Jersey down there that are not like typical Jersey. There's a lot of woods and forests and weird areas in New Jersey. It's not just all suburbs and, nuclear power plants and nukes falling out of the sky and radioactive rocks. It's a lot of weird sections of Jersey.
Maybe because of the radioactive rocks, there is weird parts of New Jersey. It could all be connected.
Dude. There you go. Radiation made the Jersey devil. There you go.
Do you know about
that was Ben Franklin.
Do you know about Ong's hat?
What is it?
Ong's hat.
Ong's hat? No.
Okay, maybe next time we have you on, we'll do that one. That's a little tease for the hardcore fans. That's another New Jersey one. Ong's hat. Google it.
Get me into I'll be in the rotation. I'll be in the extended Chilluminati
Friends
family.
Of the pod, yeah.
Welcome to the family.
All right. I don't know. I feel like I can't beat that. Are we good? We did 25 minutes.
A perfect article.
We gotta watch this video.
Oh, I want to see the video.
Jesse has a TikTok.
I forgot about the
watch.
TikTok.
You gotta
do
watch.
wanna see
I need to know your reactions. All right. Click the
I have
link.
I have a headache, so I probably shouldn't focus on something like this, but I'll trust everyone else.
Do I need to make it big?
Just click the video. Just click it, and it'll become big. And then just look at the plus sign. Just only stare at the plus sign. The video will probably loop over and over again. Just like stare at the plus sign.
I think I've done this before.
You're going to see the celebrities on the side.
Yep.
And their faces start to warp, and it's terrifying.
The thing is, my eyes, every time they get warped, my eyes like look at them.
Yeah, because you want to see what it is, and when you see, they're normal. And it's that kind of idea
so
that
weird.
And your periphery, you're like shocked, like, oh, and you look. The craziest one, I think, at least to me, is Sandra Bullock, because she has eyeshadow on. And so when you see her, it looks like she has giant alien eyes. It's wild.
That's wild.
Does that have to be full screen, or you can just look at it?
You can just look at the little cross between the pictures rotating.
Right at the, you got to stare all your. Russell Crowe
only focus on the cross.
Russell Crowe and Neil Patrick Harris are the ones that's really fucking me up.
Jim Carrey's screwing me up every time he comes by.
They start looking like the eyes start going up on their foreheads.
Matt Damon just looks like Matt Damon. I don't know what to tell you.
Robin Williams' face becomes more distorted over time. Like each pass of his face, it becomes like bigger and bigger and bigger. It's wild.
Oh yeah, it's like a new weirdness every time. It's like I keep expecting to be the same, but it's like not.
Every time it's something a little different. Your eyes keep adjusting, trying to figure it out. And yeah, it's fascinating to me, this kind of stuff. Like your brain really just wants order in the universe. It will do whatever it
really
takes.
does.
It's probably the calculation, since the calculation is changing so quickly. It's like trying to recalculate where it thinks the eyes should be versus, you know what I mean? And it's just messing it up.
Yeah. And it's probably mixing them together. So they're starting to warp together. Yeah. It's a super interesting thing that I saw that, and it was, I think, 3 a.m. at the time. And I was like, this is on the podcast. I'm bringing this. Like, this is weird.
There's a concentration game that you do in improv where you have to like simultaneously answer math questions and have a conversation with someone or something like that. And it's that same thing. You start to be very aware of the fact that your brain is like has limits, and it's really weird.
Oh yeah. If you try to play a video game and try to have like a full conversation, try to do like higher level thinking, some people can do both. Some people can't. Like their brain just shuts off.
Yeah, which is related to what Kelly said on Twitter the other day, her cancelable gamer take that most gaming creators should just stop.
I mean, all right, I'm going to join Kelly's side here, because if you just look at the statistics,
stop what existing?
Stop trying.
Stop trying. Stop doing
Stop trying to make it on the internet.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a thing now where like game devs want to like...
She was just saying, it was like post your cancelable Twitter take. And she was like, most internet creators should stop trying.
Oh, internet creators, not game creators. Oh,
yeah, internet creators. Yeah,
yes, I agree with that.
Yeah, see,
that includes me.
Yeah.
So
we all just got lucky, dude.
I don't have anything fresh or original or funny or unique to say at this point.
It's like smoking cigarettes. You should stop. It's up to you whether you do, of course, but you should. Let's get out of here.
We're done. Thank you guys so much. And Pat, thank you again for joining us, man. You're welcome back anytime you want to come talk about some weird shit. We'd be happy to have you.
Yeah.
Be careful what you wish for.
I'm doing a show with Alex. You can't get crazier than that at this point. So. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for the support on Patreon. Yeah, nobody can see your thumbs up. On that, we're done. Goodbye, everybody. Hello, my little Chilluminati, and welcome.
Wow.
Minisode 93.
That was less creepy than usual.
Was it? Hello, my little Chilluminati.
No, you know what? I think you've lost it. No.
Oh, shit. I've lost my touch.
Yeah. Now you're kind of like...
eventually kick me off this podcast.
You're older
Nobody
now.
will be able to do it.
Yeah, it's not as creepy.
Yeah, I got past the, 35 into 36 is where the line is.
It's a huge leap. Yeah.
It's a jump.
All right, do it. Okay, do it again, but imagine you're like dead. Like you're like undead.
Hello, my little Chilluminati.
There's a 36-year-old guy. There we are.
Hey, there we go. Hey, I'm dead. Hey, I'm on my way to death. Welcome to the Minisode. I'm so excited because UFO Mike is back, and I'm back strong, and I'm back ready to fight Jesse.
Is this different from New Mathis?
This is a resurgence. It's time for some nostalgia. We're going back to the retro.
Mike the Revengeance.
Yes, right.
This is like when The Darkness came out and made like a joke song, and they got like genuinely famous for I Believe in a Thing Called Love.
Yeah. Okay, boys, we have an incredible photo of a UFO, one that was taken not only in the 70s, but let's go through the story. This comes from, there's a bunch of different articles you can read it from. The one I'm reading from is, do you guys know the radio show, The Breakfast Club?
I'm aware of it. Yes. Yeah, The
Breakfast Club. That's where I'm getting the article from. There's a bunch of different articles on other different websites. That's just the first one that came up when I went Googling for this article. So UFO sightings obviously are not massively unpopular at this particular point in time. And one of the best pictures of what could be a flying saucer was taken back in 1971 That year, a small plane flew over Costa Rica, photographing the terrain as part of a study by the country's National Geographic Institute. A 100-pound camera took dozens of photos at 20-second intervals from 10,000 feet in the air, and one of them captured something very strange, a UFO. When the pictures were developed, aerial photographer Sergio Loaiza noticed a shiny round metal saucer-like object flying between the plane and the lake below. Neither he nor the others on the plane saw anything strange during the flight, but based on the altitude, the UFO is believed to be between 100 to 220 feet wide. Sergio's bosses at the National Geographic Institute asked him and his colleagues not to discuss what they captured, but eventually they did, and the image has since been studied and analyzed by experts, who have all concluded that the object in the picture looks real and was not caused by trick photography or double exposure. The photo was discussed recently in the New Yorker, as well as the New York Times, with Leslie Kean quoted as saying, this photograph of a UFO may be the most extraordinary one ever released by government officials. And I am going to link the photo to you right now in the Zoom chat.
I've been waiting for it.
I'm hoping for a genuinely high definition alien image.
No.
What? What do you mean, no? It's a UFO in a photo that's top down.
It's pretty good.
That's not a. That's.
It looks exactly what I imagined like it would look like.
Yeah, me too.
But is there a higher res version of this?
For people who can't see what this is a photo that is 90% ground clutter. And then
they're over
on the
a
left
lake.
side is the UFO over, I assume, a river or lake or ocean or whatever. But straight up is just like the lamest looking special effects flying saucer I've ever seen.
I don't know. I don't know if I accept that.
It is not even remotely real.
I'm going to retweet it just on my own Twitter account because there's a cropped image of it.
Not even remotely real looking.
Is there not? What? Is there
How is
not?
That? You can here. I'm going to give you this.
Is there not a way higher res version than this?
You can click on the picture on the first tweet here, and it just brings it and makes it very large.
Okay, I would love to see this big boy because it doesn't. The one you sent me was very low res. Oh wow. Okay. Oh wow. See, this is better.
Yeah, that's just the same photo, just magnified.
Yeah, this is good. This is what I want. I can see features of the object. That's what I was looking for. It has like a rim. It has like markings.
A dark center almost. It looks kind of smooth. It's interesting.
It could be the water, could be something on the lens, could be light, but it does look like exactly what you would imagine a UFO would look like from above, even though you rarely ever see that in media. I give this, I say that this is, if you are used to looking at UFO pictures, this one will be one that will not disappoint you like a lot of the other ones do. That's a pretty good looking
This
one.
is probably the best one I've ever seen. And one that's been released by like official sources and not just like Tommy in his backyard taking a picture at his son wandering through a lake. It's Bigfoot. I know Jesse's just shaking his head and there's nothing.
It doesn't do it for me.
I can't do anything to convince you. It's just not possible.
I mean,
I think that photo's fascinating.
The fact that the thing you linked us literally says, I wonder if at Elon Musk has seen the Lake Cote UFO picture. Immediately I'm like, nah, I don't believe any of this.
Listen, everybody has this weird hard on for Elon Musk. Everybody thinks he's going to be the savior. Just because
the people who do, I already discount as being stupid.
No, just
if
because they
like
tweet
all up a billionaire's butt, I already do not care what you think.
Just because they tweet at Elon Musk does not all of a sudden make the photo itself irrelevant.
100% does. Negated.
That photo's not coming from this Twitter account, though.
Right, but they believe in it. It can't be real.
No, see, this is how the government hides shit, because they could do what you just did, and even if real evidence is provided, you can lump me in.
Maybe I'm the government plant that was put here
with those people and be like, you're just a crazy alien person, like these idiots, and then point to the people like picking their nose.
I was put here by the Obama administration years ago to subvert all people because
I hate you.
As you know,
I'm just saying, this is how they hide it. By people like, yeah, it's a UFO, just like all you other alien believers. This is a legitimate sourced photo. It's not like a fucking civilian photo.
It's from the National Archives. It's true.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things where it's just like, just because someone tweeted at Elon Musk doesn't make it not.
No, but it
like,
does make it less possible to be true.
It casts some doubt on their intentions.
Yeah.
This is a UAP Twitter. It's not an official Twitter. This is just a fan of UFO Twitter.
Understood.
No, it's real.
No,
it's a real image. We can't deny that.
No, I get it's a real image. It's a real image of a fake UFO tweeted by a guy to Elon Musk.
Not true. You don't know what it is, Jesse. Just like I don't know what it is.
It's not a UFO, is what it is.
No. All right, I'm done. I'm gonna lose my mind.
All right, Krusty.
Just wait. When I see aliens taking mushrooms, bro, I'm gonna come back.
The aliens are taking mushrooms?
No, I'm gonna see them while I'm on mushrooms.
Yeah,
That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna crack through the thin veil of reality that we exist in this 3-dimensional plane, and I'm gonna see truth for what it is.
Here's the question. Are you gonna save that for when we're in Texas? Because I would love to.
I don't know if I'm gonna have that experience before Texas, unfortunately. So
oh my God.
You should do shrooms on the day.
Oh my! Yeah. I just wander on stage. I just kind of stare at everybody, wide-eyed and confused.
They're all you looking back, waving.
Just put you in a crib.
Oh God, that would be the worst.
That'd be
just sit on the ground.
I'd be thrilled to see an audience of just myself. I'd be like, oh, they get me. Oh, thank God.
Or is it just your brain telling you you're more connected to everybody else?
I'd be like hitting on myself, like, yo, what up?
Yo, what up?
You want to
somebody take the microphone? Just. I think that's a phenomenal picture. I mean,
it's a great picture, but it's not real.
Breaking his heart. I got one for you from TikTok. There's a guy on TikTok, and his name is The Hidden God 1, because apparently that name was already taken on TikTok. And
you should have just went with The Hidden God is taken, like everybody else.
This is similar, if you remember, to the thing from a couple months ago, maybe a year ago, where the guy was like, yo, I'm from the future and there's nobody here. And he had those crazy trick videos where there's like nobody in the videos, et cetera, et cetera. And so that kind of kicked off like a time traveler thing on TikTok that's been going since then. And so I got this TikTok that's got a warning that leaked documents from a time traveler have been obtained that have some dates for this year that are coming that we don't want to miss. They're not, this is the type of thing you don't want to get caught slipping on. And I picked it because one of the dates is my birthday. It's the first date. Yeah.
You know what? More props to the person who actually made fake documents and didn't do the lazy thing on TikTok where it's just text on music screen.
Whoa. So these are fake, but not the alien.
It's text on music screen.
Listen, hang on. Shut up, Alex. Hang on. It's harder to make the existence of time travel a reality because the Earth is always moving through space. And so time traveling is also matter traveling back in time, where in reality, if aliens exist, they could simply have a technology that allows them to travel faster.
Well, here's what I'll say.
It's not moving in space and everything's moving around us.
Maybe you just go to wherever you were on Earth at that time. It doesn't matter. The point is, this is just text with images and music.
Oh, damn. Okay.
But we got pictures. So first one, July 14th, 2022. That's my birthday. July 14th.
This is coming quick.
Yeah. This is my 34th birthday.
Okay.
The Great Split, America's biggest earthquake. And there's a picture of the Great Split. I'll show you guys all the. Huh? It doesn't say where it is. I'll send you guys the TikTok at the end. I'll send you the article at the end.
Why is it called the Great Split?
It's called the Great Split. It could be, if you're thinking about it in terms of earthquakes, it could be the time when the San Andreas Fault finally splits and we fall into the ocean. You never know. Then on August 9th, on August 9th, which is just a few weeks later, 2 million people around the world will mysteriously disappear.
2 million?
No.
Not sure if it's related to the Great Split.
It's not.
On August 9th.
They go mysteriously.
No,
when the crack in the earth opened.
No, this is some ultra religious person's fan fiction about and then we all went to heaven instantly. No, this is fake.
Okay, well, what do you think is going to happen on October? Let me ask you guys. What do you guys think is going to happen on October 3rd?
That's when the Great Awakening happens and a bunch of people inherit its psychic abilities.
Not quite. It's the day when creatures known as stalkers will appear around the globe.
Okay. Fan fiction.
Okay. This is fun. Fun thought.
Stalkers appearing around the globe. Now I'm going to
If
send
this
you.
happened, that could merge with like missing 411 and all those stalkers
exactly
that steal
right.
people in the woods.
Exactly right. So I sent you guys a link to the Lad Bible article that I used to look at this, and the video on the article is the TikTok. So you can watch the TikTok and you can tell me what you think of the images.
I love the weird creature they have for the stalkers.
Yeah. It looks kind of like actually from the one from Hellboy. Have you ever seen that movie?
I've seen both of those movies. Not the new one though. The old ones.
That's okay.
Bizarre. I've got an ad going right now, so I don't know if this is good. Is that it? Is there any more on that list before? Because I can't.
That's it. Those are the big things. The Great Split, big earthquake, a bunch of people vanishing.
In the realm, if you're going to start within the realm of potentially believable, you got to stick there. The Great Split is on the verge of like nonsense and believable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, look, it's probably not going to happen this year, but it could.
I mean, yeah, it could.
Yeah.
2 million people, though, just gone around the world, though. And in the grand scheme of things, if it's just 2 million people around the world, we might not notice that because there's so many people on the earth.
2 million is a lot.
It's true.
I don't know if it's like random people around the globe, but it's going to be 2 million people one day, August 9th, boom, disappeared. So I guess, something to look out for.
All right. Well, if I lose you boys in a few weeks, it's been a great run.
God bless.
I love
I'm
that
not
one of the comments is bros living in Infinity War. That's hilarious.
Bro is living in Infinity War. There's also somebody in the comments, this article points out, who said, aren't you the same guy who said everyone on Earth was going to get superpowers on December 31st or something like that?
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
We all do get superpowers.
Doesn't
Power of
bode well.
loving ourselves.
Is that right?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I don't think mine's working.
Yeah, I only recently unlocked that power. It's still not quite working.
Professor X long enough.
I need help. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Jesse, round us out.
Well, here's a fun story. In Norfolk, UK, a 9-year-old boy named Zach Skidmore has a rare genetic condition that makes him immune to pain. Speaking of superpowers.
Oh, a superpower, actually, though.
And again, it may
Actually,
sound like a
miserable.
superpower. It may be totally awesome. We all, at least in our age, think that would be amazing to have. But apparently, when he was young, his parents noticed that he had no reaction to pain. Like needles, when he got his first shots as a baby, didn't even squeak, didn't even cry. At age 1, he bit through his tongue without even realizing it. At age 4, he dislocated his hip on a bouncy castle and had it popped back in without any sort of reaction. When he was 6, he broke his leg and walked on it for 3 days before he noticed anything was wrong.
God.
So the real thing here is that not feeling pain is really detrimental. It is actually terrible to not feel pain.
Probably just get hurt all the damn time.
Yeah. Pain is an important signal to your body. It lets you know when you're like pushing yourself too far or doing something wrong or your body's going the way it shouldn't. He doesn't have that. So he has no, you know how sometimes you'll sit on something wrong or you'll step a different way to be like, oh, ow. If he doesn't sprain his ankle, he goes all in on the ankle sprain to the point where it breaks. And so he has all these problems. And there's a photo of him in the hospital. And he's got casts all over. This poor kid. Yeah,
this is definitely a power I would want after, say, age 30.
When you have this is a power you have to have that shows up after you've experienced pain. So you know what not to do.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, that is not the case for this kid. And so
That's a poor kid, man.
it's called CIP, congenital insensitivity to pain. And it is super rare. And it's carried, I guess, 2 genes his parents had. Something happened. And it's a 1 in a million chance. And so he cannot experience pain in any way. But it also means that he's in and out of the hospital for all sorts of terrible things that happen to him because he just falls off stuff and is walking around on a broken leg for 3 days.
Probably slices himself open and shit a lot too, I bet.
Mm-hmm.
That's rough, man. Yeah. Yeah. No, when you think of the reality of it, I don't want that power.
Yeah, his mom said he can't play football, rugby, or any contact sports. We can't let him go to anything like bouncy castles or trampolines because it's just too dangerous. It's hard not to get upset sometimes because you want to protect your child. But, this is actually interesting. You want to protect your child from pain and things that might cause him pain, but kid doesn't feel pain. So, how do you protect him from that stuff if he's immune to it?
Yeah, imagine for him, it's probably restricting his life. Like the parents, if it seems like his parents are locking him down and restricting his life. Wow. How old is he now? Is he still just 9? A little kid?
He's 9. Yeah. And he's been diagnosed with something called Charcot's joint, which is a progressive disease caused by repeatedly spraining and injuring the exact same place over and over again.
Ugh.
Dude, man.
Yeah, poor kid. Thoughts to him, man. I hope
that is a surreal problem.
Yeah, that's a bizarre one. Crazy.
I always think of that villain from that James Bond movie who's played by the guy from
that's what I think of too. When he catches the hot
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Poor kid. Well, thoughts to him. And I don't want that superpower anymore. I'll just Power Rangers. I'll give Power Ranger. I'll always accept a Power Ranger deal with Satan or a Spider-Man deal with Satan.
Whoa.
That's fine.
Power Rangers.
This is not new news to you. This is old. This
Power
is old
Rangers
news.
deal with Satan.
Yeah, I'll sell my soul for some Power Ranger powers.
It's like a sweetheart deal.
Yeah.
But you're just too young to understand what's happening to you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. All right, everybody. That's it for us this week. Thank you guys so much for the support over here on Patreon. We'll have another mini for you next week. We love you. We appreciate you. Goodbye.
Peace.
Bye.